At the United Nations Security Council meeting in New York, Guyana's Foreign Affairs Minister Hugh Todd took a firm stand commending what he called repeated violation of international law and urging an end to the war in Ukraine.
We therefore join the international community in reaffirming the purposes and principles of the United Nations Charter and call for an immediate end to the conflict and attendant violations of international law.
Minister Todd highlighted the human cost of the conflict, saying civilians in both Ukraine and Russia have been placed at the mercy of combatants, facing airstrikes, blocked humanitarian aid, and even the abduction of children.
As the search for a solution continues, we, the members of the Security Council, must be concerned with the repeated and persistent violations of international law that are taking place. Violations that have placed civilians in Ukraine and Russia squarely at the mercy of combatants. The protections granted to them under international humanitarian law have been stripped away, and they have become victims of deliberate targeting. Their safety and security are imperiled and their vulnerability exploited for military advantage. Moreover, by abducting children, blocking access to humanitarian aid, and attacking critical civilian infrastructure, the damage wrought on civilian lives continues to magnify.
Minister Todd highlighted that Guyana is once again taking a firm stand condemning violations of international law and demanding that all parties respect humanitarian principles. The government is calling for the complete withdrawal of Russia forces from Ukraine's internationally recognized borders, saying it's the only way to end the suffering and uphold the rule of the law.
As we have stated in previous occasions, every member state has a legal obligation to uphold the provisions of the United Nations Charter and to respect the territorial integrity of other states. Guyana calls for an end to the ongoing violations, which risk igniting a broader regional conflict. We have said this many times. Attempts to resolve a conflict through military escalation will only exacerbate the situation and make a peaceful resolution more difficult.
Minister Todd ended his address by calling on the international community to act with urgency, warning that without political will, the path to peace in Ukraine will only grow longer and more difficult. Guyana has been echoing these sentiments through Ambassador Caroline Rodriguez Burkhead, permanent representative of Guyana to the United Nations, who recently spoke on behalf of the Caribbean community, CARICOM, which backed the African Union Committee of 10 calls for urgent UN Security Council reform. Adana Dorrick, Guyana TV9 News.